Good morning, humanity. It is February 6th, 2023, and it's the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name is Paul.
Hello, this is Bev.
Hey, Bev. I have
Hey,
this great
Paul.
thing on April Fool's Day. Hopefully, that'll be the day we do this. Oh, no, it won't be, but I have this great idea that came up.
Uh-oh. That scares me.
Yeah.
The great ideas.
So, hey everybody, how are you doing today? We are going to jump right into talking about BioTouch is a service for humanity. And we were talking earlier today how, we're going to change calling BioTouch a modality and call it a service. And we're going to talk about why we feel that. And it's going to
Right.
start with a little quote Bev found. I'm going to read it so she doesn't have to put on her glasses.
Yep.
And she found it from a Rachel Naomi Riemann. And it says, helping, fixing, and serving represent three different ways of seeing life. When you help, you see life as weak. When you fix, you see life as broken. When you serve, you see life as whole. Fixing and helping may be the work of the ego, and service is the work of the soul. Woo-hoo!
Boom.
Boom!
And there she is.
Yeah. Whew.
Well,
I know.
I know.
So that's what we've said forever. We don't fix people. We don't try to change people.
Right.
I mean, I always say how even when I got involved with BioTouch, it really wasn't because bodies got better. It really was about this self awareness aspect of sharing BioTouch. And then the icing on the cake is bodies got better.
Well, of course. It can't help it, right? What happens within that inner working is reflected eventually on the outside. And I think one of the operative words in that for me in relation to BioTouch was that word whole when we talk about service, because we have likened BioTouch to a holistic system, WH,
Right.
whole, okay? Because in that journey of self awareness, it's not the body is the last part of it that shows that journey of self awareness. That's for all those parts of ourselves, this is, and in so doing, it's offering us a service. BioTouch offers that is a service, not just when you do it with another person, but for ourselves. It becomes a service because let's face it, the more healthy that you are in body and in mind and emotions, all those other parts of ourselves, the more that you can serve, the more that you're able to stand in a place and be a unit of service in the world. And we've
Right.
talked about this before, not just for the fourth kingdom called humanity, but all of life here. This is the paramount reason that we all need to just come together. Well, and then when I say that, that's just a lie and illusion in itself, because we always have been, haven't we?
Right. And so that
That
goes
whole part of
right.
ourselves.
And this whole idea of we're not trying to change people or improve things. We're trying to be present with another human being. And that's inherent in us. And we have that right in our manual again. I mean, we have this paragraph. There is no attempt in the following pages to explain why these procedures work. The goal is only to teach an individual how to touch certain points, which will help to facilitate the healing process rather than to do something. And then it goes on. It says, with a simple intent to help one's fellow human beings and proper instructions, assistance may be initiated by any individual. No talent is required to be effective. Everyone, because of their inherent love and compassion for those who are suffering, can perform these methods without limitation. And we've talked about
Yeah.
that over and over and over. This is
Over
not
and
about
over again.
doing, it's just about allowing that inherent, innate part of ourselves be
Yeah.
expressed. And we do that through BioTouch.
Right. When you touch another person. So let's talk a minute about why you and I are beginning to think outside the box of healing modalities when it comes to BioTouch. Yes, bodies get better, but like we were just saying, that is a result of other certain things happening that BioTouch begins to instill and stimulate. So the service part is literally we're stepping into, as many of us on this planet recognize that we are going through a critical point, a transitional history, okay, of the human kingdom. We're at a point thing where our language is changing, our thinking is changing. This evolutionary process is happening, and certain other elements are stimulating that. One of them is this great paradigm that is beginning to really influence life here. We're coming out of an old paradigm of separateness and fear and the misuse of authority and these misguided idealisms. And now we're entering into we're literally pretty much there. The old is pretty much out and the new is in. You can call it the Aquarian age, whatever you want to call it, but it is a stimulating, influencing energy that is now here that is going to bring about, and here's one of the main keynotes of this age. It's called service.
Right.
It's called brotherhood. It's called universal love and unity. So we are going through this growing spurt, having to change the way that we think, the way that we speak,
right.
the way that we act.
And that's why we see so much chaos when you bring that kind of change at the deepest
Yes.
seat of consciousness.
Yes.
The old parts go, no, no, I don't want to change. I mean, it
Right.
happens in myself all the time. I'm going to do this
Exactly.
new awareness, or I'm going to try to say it, whatever I want to do. There's a
Yep.
part of me that goes, no, 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 we'll do that tomorrow, or no, no,
Absolutely.
you're not giving me up yet. This little
It's
ego
hard.
part.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
And,
It
and,
is.
you talked about, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You
Yeah, no,
finish.
go ahead.
Well, I sometimes I have to catch a thought
Yes,
or I'll
you
forget
do.
it, as I just did. um, what were you saying?
So I wanted to pick up. You talked about the universal language and the dialogue. I wanted to bring up the word that I had found based on what you had found by the Dalai Lama, and he uses the word altruism. He says, "I
Ah,
believe in altruism. No matter how capable a person may be, no one can survive alone." That's a key of why we have people touch one another. We are
right.
not in this game alone. So he goes, we can't survive alone. We depend on the community in which we live. By dedicating ourselves to the welfare of others, we actually bring about our own benefit. As soon as I wake in the morning, I dedicate myself to helping others be happy, which gives me self confidence and inner strength.
Be happy.
Be
Oh,
happy.
wow.
I mean, our
Yeah,
inherent nature is to be happy, healthy, and
healthy.
loved.
That's right.
And
That's
so,
right. And that's why we're saying, I've just thought for a long time now, oh, in this time of transition and yes, chaos, but chaos, we always, in this foundation, we have taken a look and built a class around crisis, which is the same as opportunity. And this is being offered to all of us, this opportunity for growth and for evolution and for self awareness. And I truly believe that BioTouch was given back to us at a very important time through Norman. It was a pivotal time in our history, already seeding and having available BioTouch through this amazing time. It's already here.
Yes.
And our responsibility is to say, hey, we have something that is for all of us. We get to share that. So it's not just a modality, it's a gift.
It's a gift. It's a gift. It's
It's
a
a
gift.
gift.
And that's why, how can you charge people for a gift? It's not that you don't have a class fee or you have to have the manual video set, but you know something? Really, people can get this whole technique, doesn't have to cost them a penny.
I
People say
know.
to us all the time, oh, well, if you don't put a price on it, it will have no worth per people.
Oh, poo.
And if you don't, people when they come into the center for a session, they need to leave money in it to show there's an exchange of energy. Oh,
Yeah,
poo.
right. or oh, it's a donation. Well, what do you suggest?
Right. I mean,
What?
we don't even know what the word donation means anymore. And
Right.
it's hard for people to understand, and I've said it from the beginning. This is we're talking 35 years now, I mean, I look at these people who say they're experts after 20 years, and I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
right.
shit, I got an extra decade and a half on this thing.
You're the guru of the universe at this point.
Right. And I always say to people, I say, don't you understand just the fact that that human being came into this session room, allowed me to do biotouch with them?
Yeah.
That is an exchange of energy. And that goes to the altruism that Dalai Lama is talking about.
Yes.
I'm not in this alone. I
Right.
require for my own growth, for my own happiness, to give it away.
Yeah.
Affluency is affluency when you give it
You give it
away.
away. And by the way, altruism, that is a major keynote for Aquarius. It
There
is
you
this
go.
ability to step in to the great relationship of oneness and to acknowledge that and to work within that unlimited possibilities that it offers. This is a group. We are going from this individualized me into the we now. And it's hard. That's hard work to shift that because we've done so well with that I'm a this and I'm a that. And now we have to go, oh, we always have been this oneness. And now we're here. And this is what happens with biotouch. You can read it in our vision statement. That circle that goes on indefinitely is not just about us. That circle is huge.
It's
It's called life.
And it reminds me again, we talked about it once before, that little game your parents used to do, and they pulled on your toes, and the last
Yeah,
one
this
was,
little
and
piggy.
this little piggy went wee 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 all the way
All the way
home.
home.
There you go. That's where we're at. We're in the wee 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 all the way home. That is
And
our home, is the we, and
that's right.
BioTouch is the service of that humanity. It really is. There are no
It is.
distinctions, there are no differences, there are no levels, there are no secret formulas, there are no centering devices, there are no perceptions that you have, no gifts. You have that gift in these two fingers. You are part of a humanity that can now be of service to one another right now. Not tomorrow, not in a week. You don't have to train to be effective at this. You do that greeting, two fingers just below the breastbone in that soft tissue, those same two fingers just to the left of the big bone at the base of our neck. Boom! You're
You
being of
started it.
service. You've started that service, that act of service.
You
So,
know, I
can't, I,
I had a personal experience with understanding the concept of service many, many years ago. And I recognized that service is not conditional. It's not contingent on, well, can I get back to you on that? Okay. Service is in the moment. It's in the now. It's innate. And yes, it's the soul that serves, or whatever you want to call that other part of ourselves. Okay. It is, and this is why volunteering is lovely. It's the beginning of that understanding that we give something of ourselves. but that is conditional.
Right.
Okay. When you truly are in service, there's no ego, there's no thinking, it's a heart rendering activity
So
in
for
that moment. And that is what BioTouch is all about. In that moment, nothing else but just two human beings in service, because it's the heart that is opened.
right.
It's that momentary presence of beingness. That is a gift way beyond money.
And so let's read that quote once again that you found by Rachel Riemann. Helping, fixing, and serving represent three different ways of seeing life. When you help, you see life as weak. When you fix, you see life as broken. When you serve, you see life as whole. Fixing and helping may be the work of the ego, and service is the work of the soul. So, from one soul to another, reach out, start to touch one another. There's numerous ways to learn this. JustTouch.com. Nothing else, download those first 10 pages for free. Learn to do the greeting. If that's all you can do, you'll start a healing process. You'll start a holistic healing to go on with another human being. We also have a nice workshop coming up on sight, eyesight and vision care with Orit. And that will be February 23rd, 6 p.m. Arizona time. And it live streams on Facebook or YouTube. If you want to get updates on that or links to those things, get your name on our email list. And we always send them out every week and then a day before, so you have the link right there. Also, we have a nice, if you're in Tucson here, live and in person with Eileen, a Saturday and Sunday class, February 11th and 12th.
Boy, that's this weekend.
Yeah, that's this weekend. So there's still room in that class, and that's a 2-day class, and there's 10 CE credits available for massage therapists, doulas, and nurses. So check that out with, you can go to our website and it has a link to how to sign up for that one with Eileen. So again, BioTouch is a service. I love it. I love the fact that we don't need to call it a modality anymore. We'll just call it a service, and it's for humanity.
Yes, for all of us.
All of us. It's for you. It's for me. It's for your grandparents. It's for your kids. You know, they can be 5 years old and do this stuff. I mean,
they
really.
Get it.
Yeah, they get it. You know, they don't need a lot of technical understanding. They really are working from the soul. That's why it sort of says over and over in everything you read, be ye as little children.
That's it. You're right.
And BioTouch is for our child part. So let's reach out and touch one another. Horace says it perfectly in the song that we're going to play again. It's so perfect. So
it is.
Listen to the words in the song. Get hold of us. Bev, we'll see you next week. Yeah. Oh, and we also have an annual board meeting. If you're a member, you'll get a link again this evening for our annual board meeting. Come meet the people who run the organization and make any comments or any questions you'd like to this annual board meeting. It's about a half hour, but it gives you all the things we've done in the past year and what our goals are for the future. So.
Yep. Sounds good.
Thanks, Bev.
Thank you, Paul. And thank you, everyone.
Yes, sirree. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is the place in mind, giving is being kind, and the pain is too much. What we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be. I know this to be true. It happens to me and you in the middle of the day. Energy just fades away. Down the line we realize we can re-energize, feeling better in the end with attention from a friend. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be.